Hello. Welcome to the Fanboy and Chum Chum podcast.
No, don't joke like that. Fanboy and Chum Chum is a horrible, cursed thing.
It's
just
it's so
horrible. It's
good.
awful.
You remember? If you don't remember, Google it. If you don't remember it, Garrett's Fanboy and I'm
If you don't
Chum
remember
Chum.
it, I think it's best that you don't remember it. I think
Imagine
you guys should keep it
a
that way if
board
you
of
don't know what that
executives,
is.
and then some guy walks in and presents that to them, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, that's good. Let's make multiple seasons of that."
Yeah, that's some of the. That's what always confused me. Is just about like the fact that just utter garbage is put on.
Well, I mean,
on
utter
television,
garbage is
and-
made into films as well, and music and everything.
Yeah, everything.
I mean, this
So it's like-
podcast. Who allowed
Yeah,
this?
exactly. And like, who approves this stuff? Who approved this? I guess it's me and you because this is our own venture. There's nobody who owns.
No, I
us,
send
you
each
know?
episode to a board and they approve it.
Board is Frank. It's just them sitting there.
The crew. Oh, that's an obscure reference. What? When was the last? We recorded like 2 weeks ago, and then I uploaded the episode 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, we're a couple of busy boys, but as soon as break starts, we'll be back into it. Hold on.
This guy Garrett. While Garrett's muted, I have nothing to say, so I'll put in some music. I hope you like this music. I don't know what I've chosen yet, but it's probably good. Hopefully not copyrighted, because that would suck. If you could, while you're listening to this, send either me or Garrett a funny picture of a monkey, that would be appreciated, as always. Okay, Garrett's taking too long, so I'm gonna skip when I edit this to when he returns.
I'm sorry. This is awkward.
What's awkward?
You're gonna just have to cut like a minute, of me.
No, it's okay.
You just sitting here.
I had some filler material.
My sister and her dog walked in. She's like, "I'm sleeping on this bed," and I was like, "I'm gonna be staying up till like 3 a.m. because that's usually what I do." And she's like, "I'm not doing this," and she walked out.
Oh, right, because your brother lives in her room now and she lives not at home.
Yeah,
So where's she?
It's
Just gonna crash
back
on the
for her.
couch?
probably, or I'm gonna be forced to abdicate.
Nah, dude, that's lame.
So how am I supposed to stay up playing Cyberpunk till 3 a.m?
Yeah,
With a
exactly.
dog and a
Oh,
sister. In
great segue. Garrett's new favorite game.
here. It's my new favorite game. Yeah.
So tell us.
Such a divisive title, just because of its PS4 and Xbox One release, which you already know of. But
For the people at home,
for the people at home,
this new video
And,
game called
video
Cyberpunk 2077 was slated to release earlier this year and got delayed a few times. And
I
they
think if
finally
they've already
released it.
been listening, they know this because I've been talking about.
Oh,
it
that's right.
nonstop.
Yeah. And it's, some versions of the game are super buggy, and except on PC.
It's just PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, for the most part. Some of the bugs leak, but every game has bugs. And people are
Yeah.
making fun of it, even though it's kind of their fault because of the fact that they complained.
Hyped the fuck out of
Yeah,
it.
they hyped the fuck out of it on the internet, and then kept complaining every time CD Projekt Red was like, "We need more time," and they were like, "No, I took time off of work to play a video game." And it's like, if you're doing that, reevaluate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, to segue into more important things, the game itself, in my opinion,
Fucking
Has
sucks.
mostly lived up to the hype. I can't say completely because the hype was just so blown out of proportion
Yeah.
that nothing that hyped will ever live up to. I mean, No Man's Sky is a perfect example, but it's not No Man's Sky where it's not good because it's fantastic. It's a fantastic game, but the problem lies with the fact that CD Projekt Red had been marketing it as a game that would have come out on the last generation Xbox One, PS4, and that it's just completely broken.
They would have
on that platform.
Yeah, they would have saved so much face if they just didn't do that. If they just scrapped the idea of putting it on those platforms. But Then
it's
again,
not even that. It's not even that. Like, you could have had just a different release date for that.
yeah,
platform.
where they, I mean, so many other games did that.
Yeah, like the game, the fact that it was working day one for PC, but just completely broken for PS4 and Xbox One, means they probably should have held off on releasing it on those platforms.
Yeah, because they were just a poor PC port. The game was made for PC.
Yeah, because graphically, everything, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful game. But what was I say? So they came out and said, they issued a statement apologizing, about, the fact that they did that, offering refunds and whatnot, which is a good step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that they're obviously giving their developers a break because they deserve it. They've been working up to the minute, of the release on the PS4 and Xbox One versions and the game itself. And the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version won't be completely fixed until February of 2021, which is basically right around the corner.
Yeah, and it's not like there's nothing else to do in the meantime.
Yeah, there's plenty to do. I mean, Valhalla came out.
Yeah.
There's other stuff coming out.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of games coming out, but being the most hyped one didn't help that.
Just the internet made it seem like it was going to be the greatest video game to ever come.
Yeah, Critical mentioned in his review of the game, he's like, people were aiming it up to like cure their cancer and all this other shit. Like, it was on that level of hype.
Yeah.
People were just so manic about it. And he mentioned, like, the game, it's not perfect. It's broken in places, but the game itself is really good. The narrative, everything, it's a success in terms of that. But like on PC, issues with it is just like, it takes a lot to run it because it's fucking massive and beautiful and one of the most graphically amazing games ever. And there's just some occasional texture and like audio issues that the game has because I imagine because it was such a massive project that there was things that went unnoticed, which is mostly what I think people are encountering.
Yeah, I mean, think of all those rays that are being traced with the ray tracing. Those are buzzwords computer component manufacturing companies like to use to go like, oh, our graphics cards are amazing. So like the Cyberpunk built off of that, and they went, this game's gonna have the most super ray tracing, and by doing that, they made it a super difficult game to actually play in terms of hardware. Yeah, and that's why the PS4 and the Xbox One are dying because they don't have the capability of doing that.
I have a like pretty good rig. It's a solid rig. It's probably in the upper percentile of like high-end rigs.
Oh, fancy.
But like, I can only run the game on medium, which it looks like. I was surprised. It looks amazing in medium, like, which is crazy to me because a lot of games,
don't
take a significant step down when you run it in medium. The game looks amazing in medium, and that's just to run it properly. And I made the decision like, I think last week when I played it when it came out, or over the weekend, that like to get a 3080 just so I can see this game in its full glory. The graphics card.
The graphics card. It's definitely necessary to run that game. I probably won't be able to run it too well, but that's because I need a new processor. But I'm not planning on playing it for another year anyways. Or like a few months, maybe next summer.
Yeah. I was, for those of you, waiting on the game, I told him, and, it's his decision, but like mostly like it'd be like a month or two tops before like, the game would be perfect to play.
But I'm not even waiting just for the bugs. Like, I'm waiting, like I said, to upgrade my system and free up my time.
But like a month, like the game is already really great now, which is insane. But to think that a month from now it's going to be like the ideal experience, and the experience is already almost ideal, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, there are bugs, but they're not like game breaking. They're just funny. Like I see them on the, like, a guy's just walking around and then like a dead body falls out of the sky and just splats in front of them from nowhere. Like, or you kill somebody and they turn into like an object. Like I saw this post on Reddit, like someone.
You told me about that the other day. I have never encountered that, and I just find that hilarious.
They killed somebody, and then the dead body, instead of just like ragdolling and turning into a dead body, it turned into like a set of patio furniture that was covered in blood.
Yeah, what's crazy is like bugs vary from person to person.
Yeah, it depends on the hardware.
I forget like which game it was, but I saw some of the most insane bugs ever, and it's of people's other screenshots, and I play it and it perfectly, and there's no like I don't encounter bugs at all. It's just crazy.
What was the game that was super bug?
That happens a lot. Like people run into that with like The Witcher.
I mean, yeah.
Skyrim is a perfect example of you don't know what you're going to get person to person when you're playing that game. Just because it's so fucking broken.
When Fallout 76 launched, there were so many enemies where they were just T-posing and floating around, and then guns were sticking out of their chest and shooting. Like, you know? So,
yeah.
Obviously, with such massive games and publishers giving developers very little time to make them, there's going to be bugs.
Yeah.
Some are just tolerable.
Yeah. And the crazy misconception about the game, which I didn't realize until recently, because I also thought the same thing, was that it didn't get into like development until after the release of The Witcher 3. So it had only been 4 years, and people were saying like
7 years, because they announced it
after
in
a 7-year development, this is what you come out with. And when you think about it, if it really was in development for 7 years, there would not be an issue, because there's just no way that would be possible.
Yeah, it'd be an extremely polished game.
Yeah, because if you're given a 7-year timetable to make something, you know, you have the amount of time to make a meticulously detailed and like working game. And obviously, if that was the case, then it would be working. But it was actually only 4 years, and they were being overworked up to the minute of the deadline of its release. So, you know. It's a problem that lies within like the gaming industry itself with crunch and whatnot. So it's a whole thing.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still a actually good game. People on the internet are just pieces of shit.
They're overreacting.
Yeah,
mostly.
As with anything.
The only warranted criticism should only be really thrown at PS4 and Xbox One, because on PC and the next gen consoles, it's working and it's really good.
Yeah.
So.
Those videos of it running on the PS4 are so funny.
I know, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's Garrett's Gaming Guff. I tried making
Garrett's Gaming Guff, yeah. An alliteration.
Yeah.
I recommend it if you have a PC or a next-gen console. Get the game.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You'll enjoy it.
It looks fun.
It is a lot of fun.
I haven't been playing video games other than the occasional CS match because I have finals. But so last time we recorded, I talked about my physics midterm, in which I did pretty bad. I did pretty well in my physics final, so hopefully that balances out my grade.
That's good.
And then I have my last final on Friday at 8 a.m., which blows, but it should be fine. It's just my programming class, and it's super easy. And then after that, I'm planning on playing Red Dead most of my time. I bought a DualSense controller for my computer, a PS5 controller.
Very nice.
Because my brother took
the
PS4. I haven't gotten it yet. It's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
They haven't released, because you know how it has like the adaptive triggers.
I don't know anything about the controller.
Oh, okay. So basically, the triggers, like, they do this thing where if the game developer makes it, where like it sort of resists your finger pull based on like what you're doing in game. So like if you're firing a pistol, it feels different on your controller than if you're firing an assault rifle or something like that, or like a bow and arrow.
That's interesting.
Wow. Yeah, but that only works on the PS5. It doesn't work for PC yet because they haven't released the drivers, which I'm guessing in like a year they'll do something for that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about having a new controller to play with, and everyone says it feels really good. And some games do require a controller. Not require, but are better, like Red Dead 2.
Yeah. You know, any number of fighting games or Dark Souls or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's video games. for us. A few gamer boys.
Video games, indeed.
What else do? We watch TV.
We do watch TV.
We watch The Mandalorian, to others' dismay.
To others' dismay, yeah.
Okay, we'll be brief with this episode. Bill Burr played Bill Burr.
Yeah, he played Space Boston guy.
Yeah, but
really great stuff. Like,
it is
genuinely good stuff.
I
mean, the scene with them at the table, like,
with the commander or whatever.
Yeah,
that was good. An Operation Cinder or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's from a video game though. Which game?
From Battlefront 2.
Oh, it is. Yeah. So the Emperor had like a bunch of planets burnt down or whatever after the Empire died. After he died, but after the Empire was destroyed. Cool.
Great reference. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Like meshing of all the different canon things.
But yeah, it was crazy because like you see Bill Burr like act, and like we've seen him act before, but like get really serious in a scene. I was like totally sold.
There's so many good memes that have come out of it.
Yeah,
So
I bet.
so there's this one part where it's Bill Burr's character, Mandalorian, and then the other people they're with like standing on a cliff talking, and then some guy just edited over Bill Burr's podcast where he talks about how much he hates Star Wars.
I was about to watch a video
funny.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so because he really hates Star Wars, but I think he
doesn't anymore actually.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he finally like figured out what the hype is about and like watched them, I guess. But it's just funny that
I think he's into it now too. Just because he got to play a part.
For so many years, he was the guy, the comedian that always shit on Star Wars fans. Well, he shits on everyone.
Yeah, he does shit on everyone. To be fair,
That bald fuck. No, I love Bill Burr.
Yeah, I love him too. He's great.
One of my favorite comedians. Good episode. And then, of course, this being the Disney Heads podcast.
One second, though. Like, the fucking seismic charge.
Oh, yeah. But that was in Attack
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
It was sick, though. It's just...
Yeah, it was an awesome scene.
It's a meme, on prequel memes about how the sound is just like music to your ears. It's amazing. I don't know. It was awesome though.
It's just like one plane. I mean, you could actually make a bomb like that, but it's such a cool fucking design. Boba Fett's armor is all shiny and pretty.
I know, it was cool. It took me aback. I was like, I just saw it. It looked shitty, and now it's cool.
Yeah. It never looked that good, though. But I think it's because in the original trilogy, it's a little more glossy. And then in this, in Mandalorian, it's like more
metal.
matte.
Yeah, because like it looks like metal. In the original trilogy, everything was just plastics. I'm excited.
And what's his name? Tamaya Morrison?
At midnight. Yeah, he's great.
Oh yeah,
he's fantastic.
He's excellent. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow is the last episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Season 2.
I am excited.
Yeah.
Consider me excited.
In the past week, Disney announced like a million different things.
Oh yeah, bunch of shit. Honestly,
Marvel shows, Star Wars.
Maybe we should have had Simon on to talk about it, but
I mean, everyone on the internet who does this was talking about it, so you could just go find. So
we're gonna zag
there's
the
like
other way.
exciting stuff, nonetheless. But if I sat here reading a list that you could easily read yourself, it'd be boring. And we don't do boring on the Empty Heads podcast.
But there's all kinds of shit announced. A lot of Star Wars shows and one movie, the Rogue Squadron
Marvel
thing,
shows.
and Marvel shows and movies. It's very exciting.
Oh, you know what?
stuff.
I do like the Pixar movie they're doing, the Buzz Lightyear prequel.
Oh yeah,
That's,
I didn't watch the trailer for that, but I was like, that's cool.
I mean, it's nothing. It just zooms in on his face and then it goes Lightyear.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not like a real proper. It's a teaser trailer. but because Buzz Lightyear is based on a real astronaut in the Pixar universe or something. So that's cool. And they got Chris Evans to voice him, to Tim Allen's dismay. Poor Tim Allen. Not really. Isn't he like a racist asshole or something?
I think he's just an asshole. But yeah.
Okay.
Speaking, there's all kinds of stuff though. I mean, a bunch of like casting announcements, like Alfred Molina's returning to Spider-Man. I mean, we've talked about Spider-Man for every week, like the past 2 months.
Because every week there's so much more.
There's something new every fucking week. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like people have seen
whatever they're doing with Phase 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're meshing like the multiverse together in Phase 5 is going to be... Phase 4. And then Phase 5 is going to start with Blade. That's what people are thinking.
Yeah.
But the whole multiverse thing is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Doctor Strange like opening up the multiverse and then Spider-Man being like the like main point, which is usually the case.
Yeah. I like
how Batman kind of is.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Fantastic Four. I mean, there's all kinds of shit. It's really cool. And,
so yeah,
Kang the Conqueror, Ant-Man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Christian Bale.
As
there's so much. There's just so much.
Glub, the God Eater or whatever.
Yeah, God Killer or something like that. And like apparently, there's rumors that in the Doctor Strange movie coming out, it's that Tobey Maguire is gonna be in it. I think I heard. Maybe I'm mistaken that maybe Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is sort of some sort of cheeky like thing.
I think he's going to be the Deadpool. They're going to like make a joke. I think like he's going to be the Deadpool from X-Men Origins.
Oh yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. I think in Deadpool 3, which is confirmed to be a thing, I think they're just going to do the joke of him coming from Fox and being the same Deadpool that he already was.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. That'd be pretty good.
Because I mean, there's so much you can do there in terms of making it funny, and obviously Ryan Reynolds is just perfect at sort of the meta, sort of fourth wall breaking shit.
Yeah. So we should be fine.
Yeah.
I say we. The movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely exciting stuff. I love how we said we're not going to talk about it, and then we went on to talk about it.
We should. I mean, it's big stuff.
It's big news. Big news for our corporate overlords. Every day they announce something to please us. So
corporate overlords over at Disney.
And
in other news, Warner Brothers is putting their entire 2021 lineup on HBO
on
Max.
HBO Max. Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah. Controversial decision for the creators who are partnered with Warner Media.
Yeah, they obviously prefer their movies to be in the theaters like they're meant to be.
I know Nolan. Apparently, directors weren't even told that they would be.
See, that's bullshit.
Be put on that. Yeah, Nolan was pissed because he's all about keeping film alive, and this is stupid. But I don't mind it. But like for movies like Dune and Godzilla, like I'm gonna go to the theater.
Yeah. I wish I could have watched Tenet in the theaters.
Yeah, but that's long gone.
They'll probably do a re-release. I hope they do movie re-releases once the world is cured.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like a year from now.
Doesn't Suicide Squad come out next year too? That as well.
But
I'm gonna have to see that in theaters. So.
Oh, Wonder Woman 89. Doesn't that come out this month?
Comes out on Friday, I think.
Oh, fuck. We should watch that.
Yeah.
We'll do a watch together.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I mean, the first Wonder Woman was all right.
I still haven't watched it.
God damn it, Garrett.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, and I haven't watched Deadpool 2, so I also don't know what I'm doing.
You haven't?
No,
I remember you talking about that like
a year
billion
ago.
years
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's fine.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, TV we've been watching. I haven't actually. Yeah, so I finished the 4th season of The Crown. It's really good stuff. I gotta say.
My mom tells me about it all the time about how great it is, and I know that I just need to watch it.
This season, of course, it focused on Prince Charles and Princess Diana, but also Margaret Thatcher. And Margaret Thatcher's story is so interesting. British politics is very different than American politics and how they deal with prime ministers and if people dislike them and all that other stuff. But yeah, her downfall was honestly kind of tragic, but she sucked. She was like a racist asshole, so it doesn't matter. Watch the season though. Watch the whole show.
Do you think Margaret Thatcher had girl power? I need to get on that show like immediately. Especially after I watched. Here's my contribution. I watched Sex Education on Netflix.
Oh, is that good?
It is good. It's pretty funny. It's like a teen drama, but it's super well written. And I've after watching it, I'm like, man, I will watch anything as long as it's good, and it's good. So
yeah, that's why that's like the
that's
realization
where you've
I've
landed
come
as
to.
well.
Yeah, because it's like I don't have to watch like some sci-fi or superhero bullshit.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
If it's good TV, it's good TV.
And at first it was on this like I remember when the trailer came out, I was like, this is probably not something that I would watch. Right. But like we said, like we just literally just said, if it's good, definitely gonna watch it. Just because. Also adding to the very much repeated theme of Netflix just puts out good stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they put out so much that there has to be at least like a few good ones. Yeah,
and there's a lot more than a few. I'm like starting to learn. It's crazy, but it's like it's not something I would normally find myself watching, but it's well written and like great actors. And speaking of Margaret Thatcher, the lady who played her, Gillian Anderson, is one of the main characters in Sex Education.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So there's a sweet tie-in.
If I were you, I'd watch it. It's good.
Yeah, I have nothing new to watch right now. I've just been so since back to Disney and Star Wars just for a second. Since they announced all these new shows that are set after the Clone Wars, I have to watch the show now. So now I'm like about to finish season 2, and I have 5 more seasons to go through. Yeah. So that's what I've been watching right now. But another show to watch would be nice because I can't handle that much Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I also started reading the second Thrawn book. And I'm consuming too much Star Wars.
Yeah. And, man, like, I just get so distracted, like, when it comes to watching TV. But I just, like, I was watching Ozark, like, months ago, and I never finished it.
Oh, I thought you did.
Like, no.
Oh,
I just and you were like yelling at me, not really, you were yelling at me through text about Fargo the other day.
Yeah, you have to fucking it's so good and I want to discuss it.
I know it's good cuz I told you to watch the show.
That's what's pissing me off. You were the reason I watched the rest of the season and now you're not fucking catching up.
I know. It's frustrating to me too cuz I'm like, do I want to watch a movie and then I find some show that looks interesting and then I've heard of is good before and I just start watching it and then I don't stop watching it. It's weird.
I try my best to not do that, but I do also fall into that trap.
It's not like I get, super interested or anything. It's just like depending on like what my night is looking like, cuz right now I stay up super late cuz I've been working all the time and my schedule is just basically a late night schedule, so I'm a bit nocturnal right now. And I just binge. So, like, I just need to binge Fargo.
Yeah,
one of
and
these
I
nights.
mean, you know, it's actually probably my favorite season, second favorite season 1, and then season 4. So
I thought you'd be like a season 2 man, because a lot of people are like prefer season 2.
season 2
as
is
their
good,
favorite.
but season 4 is honestly, like, they did a really good job with it.
That's good.
One reason is because there's a lot of people with really thick Italian accents, and it's hilarious.
I remember that for the first episode.
Yeah, no, it just gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that, and you listening at home, you listening to this shit, watch that show
yeah.
in general.
The thing about this, he came out 2018, 2019.
Sure.
I watched the first episode. My brother was like, season 3 is really good. It like sort of is a return to form because the second season is so. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure to get on that. And I watched the first episode and I forgot to keep watching.
Yeah, we watched the first episode of Fargo together, and then you stopped watching.
Yeah, there's another show for you. Watch the first season of True Detective, and you'll probably like Cream Your Pants. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah, first season, it's fantastic. It's such good television. As anthology series goes, and there's not many of them. True Detective season 1s are like the pillars of one season perfection of television.
Okay,
That's
on. Is that on HBO?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Matthew McConaughey's great.
Oh, gotta love Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
love
love
him
Matthew
in,
McConaughey. After watching Dazed and Confused, it's just like
Yeah,
I already
yeah.
like this. I already like this guy of Interstellar and all these other films, and it's like, but this guy's just the
I was
best.
gonna say his most standout role of Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, well, I also listened to he was recently on What the Fuck with Mark Maron. I listened to that episode, and I was like, this guy's the best. Like, he's just such a chill, down-to-earth guy, it seems.
Yeah, he probably is. I mean, he's super rich, and he sits around making movies, does what he loves, so he's probably real down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of podcasts, since the podcasts I usually listen to don't upload, well, they upload once a week, but like I immediately listen to them, so then I have nothing else to listen to. I've been listening to the Rhett and Link podcast, Ear Biscuits.
Ooh.
And they're like, I mean, it's Rhett and Link. Who dislikes Rhett and Link? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I like Red.
Yeah,
Link.
exactly. So like they're funny. So their podcast is excuse me. Their podcast is pretty entertaining if you're just something to listen to while you're doing the dishes or whatever.
Have you been catching up on the recent season of Conan O'Brien?
No, actually, I haven't. I forgot.
You should
about
get
that
on
show.
that, man. Fucking John Leguizamo was on there a couple weeks ago. Kevin Hart was great. Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen?
Maya Rudolph. I know the last one you listened to was, what was it?
Jim Parsons.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good.
But
Actually, I haven't even finished that episode. I thought I did.
But yeah, you should get back on it. It's great. Great stuff. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I started listening. I'm now a weekly listener of the Weekly Planet podcast.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Sunday Movies.
I want to get on that too.
It's basically what we do, which is just announce news and whatnot. But
yeah,
they're very funny, so
they're good at it.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you want a podcast that's similar to ours but better, listen to the Weekly Planet.
Yeah,
that's good self-deprecating humor there. What else do we do?
Well, I mean, like I mentioned the Matthew McConaughey episode, but I also been listening to WTIF with Mark Maron.
WTIF.
Classic. WTIF. Classic podcast. I mean, it's been around. It's like the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're looking at podcast history.
Yeah, he's been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
He had Obama on. I listened to that episode a while back.
That's a good episode.
Yeah.
But like with him, like I used to do this with Joe Rogan, but I don't do it with Joe Rogan anymore. Is I just like pick and choose which guests because he has so many people on.
Right. Yeah.
I just pick and choose like who I'd want to listen to. So.
But Mark Maron is interesting enough where if it's just an episode where he doesn't have a guest, like I'd still like maybe listen if I had nothing else to listen to.
Yeah. But he always has a guest, so
Oh,
I think very rarely does he not have a guest.
yeah. But Joe Rogan, even if it's a guest I like, I just can't get myself to listen to it. I hate it.
The last one I listened to, I know you hate him, but was I think it might have been the Robert Downey Jr. one. I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah,
Just stuff like, because they talk about Tropic Thunder and stuff, and the Bill Burr one is hilarious because Bill just rips them to shreds.
Yeah, they're smoking cigars, and then Joe Rogan's like, I don't like wearing masks. It's you're a bitch if you wear a mask or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. But like for some of the people that he knows, he has a very funny back and forth.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's a comedian, sort of.
Oh, he had Bill Burr on again recently. I should listen to that again. He and Bill are like good friends, stand-up comedy thing.
Yeah. The comedy club. They're all part of the big club of comedians.
Yeah.
Who do comedy. Wait. Yeah. And I don't know. There's been nothing else going on. Well, I mean, the light at the end of the tunnel is now visible.
Yeah.
The Pfizer vaccine is rolling out en masse to medical staff and old people homes, nursing homes, that's what they're called, which is neat. It's actually very great. It's amazing that people could figure it out under a year. Props to those scientists.
I was thinking about it earlier today, like how crazy the turnaround on that is.
Yeah.
How they managed to do that.
Multiple different companies using different methods figured it out.
It's insane.
Props to science. Let's give a hand to science. Woo! But in the meantime, since numbers are going up and the virus is spreading like wildfire, of course, wear your masks and keep your distance. Garrett and I are now keeping our distance. Instead of recording right next to each other, we record in our homes through the internet. There's another +1 for science, the internet.
I forgot to mention this, but Big Mouth Season 4 dropped.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Last week. Still funny. I know you haven't watched it. You probably won't.
I won't.
It's good.
No.
It's good though. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I dislike the show. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It has a lot to do with like whether or not you like Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Yeah.
It goes down to that really. And if you don't, then you probably won't like it. But I do. So. The animation is just very gross, though.
I really hate the animation. It's so odd.
Like, John Oliver was a guest voice.
Oh, I saw the
for
clip
like a
of
couple
that.
episodes, and like he looks like John Oliver, but then everybody else just looks like monsters. It's weird.
I wonder if he specified that.
Yeah,
He said you have to animate normally.
It's honestly like some of the funniest, just most ridiculous shit, though, and it's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
especially because the topic is like puberty and shit, and it's just like generally an uncomfortable thing to like look back on, and it's like still uncomfortable to watch, but you just can't help but laugh. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't hit it yet, so I wouldn't.
Sure. Clearly 40 years old, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm obviously a 40-year-old man who pretends to be 19, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We live in our own
society.
world. Oh, yeah, in a society. Have you ever thought about it? We live in a society. There is rumor that there is rumor that Jared Leto is going to reprise his role as the Joker in
Justice League. I'm not sure that's even a rumor. I'm pretty sure that's happening.
Oh, well, no, I thought he was going to be in a newer movie as well, like not Justice League.
Oh, okay, so that might be a rumor that I have heard.
I hope not.
I'm interested just to see, to see.
Maybe if he does something else. I don't know. Suicide Squad wasn't the best movie, and the scenes with him in it weren't good either. Not to knock him though, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Just I don't of the jokester. I couldn't. What did they say? Really associate with the character of the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't associate with his rendition of the Joker.
Yeah. It's I have not seen Suicide Squad, and I never intend to watch it because I know it's a big piece of shit.
Watched it in theaters. I went in and I was like, oh, okay, this movie seems fun. And then I walked out. I was like, I wish I could take my 2 hours back.
Yeah. That's why I was so skeptical and never went and saw Justice League or Batman v Superman in theaters, because I was like, I'm not interested in this. This looks like
I'm glad
it's not gonna be good.
Oh shit! I'm glad I didn't watch Justice League in theaters. I wish that I didn't watch Batman v Superman in theaters as well.
I remember that, and Civil War came out at the same time. And I remember walking up to lunch, and there was some heated discussions, and some very salty, unfortunate DC fans who were like, Civil War is bad.
Yeah,
It's just like,
it was.
no, Civil War is really fucking
Civil
good.
War is one of the better Marvel movies, for
Ever.
sure. Yeah, it's definitely like in the top 5.
Yeah.
And Batman v Superman was just so much.
Yeah.
I watched both in theaters though, but wow, what was that, like 5 years ago?
That was 5 years ago. Oh, that's crazy to think about. I was a freshman in high school. Oh my god.
Yeah, at some point I was also a freshman in high school.
Was I? No, that was
25 years ago. Does that math add up? If I'm 40? No.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
you're
it would have
15.
been 15. Yeah, that does add up. Good math. Yeah. Life.
What's going on with you? What are you doing for Christmas this year? The bit has made its way onto the podcast.
Good bit. For those of you who don't know, I don't celebrate Christmas because of my religion. And
Yeah. It's not even my bit.
no, it's
It's
not.
a good friend of ours bit.
Yeah, every
But,
year since I've known him, he goes, "So, Eamon, what are you doing for Christmas this year?" And every year I tell him that I don't do anything, because I don't do anything. And you know what? I was talking to Sean the other day, and he was like, his mom asked him, like, what does Eamon do for Christmas? And he was like, nothing. And she just couldn't understand. She was like, wait, why does he do nothing?
She's known you for a long time.
Yeah,
It's so
she's known me for
weird.
like 7 years now, and she knows I'm a Muslim. And he explained to her. He was like, "Well, there's Muslim holidays we don't celebrate," and she was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "So obviously he wouldn't celebrate a Christian holiday." That's always funny. Obviously, it's not like, or it's not obvious that I don't celebrate it, because even people that aren't really Christian celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
But
It's basically become
a very secular holiday. It's just
Yeah.
like, there are Muslims that do it. They put up trees and shit. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
intend to. So it's,
almost becoming universal in a way, just because I enjoy Christmas, and not necessarily for any religious reason. I'm not particularly religious. It's just it's a joyous time of the year. It's
Yeah. and there's presents, and
Yeah.
there's eggnog, and there's ham.
Yeah, and I mean, like, my
Yeah,
family
that's the whole
is
thing.
usually pretty happy during this time of year, but yeah.
Yeah, my house goes into monochrome during this time of year. Everything inside is black and white. There's no color, just because of
Yeah.
the fact that we don't. It's our punishment for not celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could get I get that, yeah.
Hanukkah's cool though.
Hanukkah's pretty cool, yeah.
We went to Johnny's Hanukkah celebration last year, and we spun some dreidels, and we ate some latkes and some chocolate coins.
Yeah, I don't think I went to that.
You didn't know, you were working or some shit,
Yeah.
because you're a lame
Wish I could have been
loser.
there. That's uncool.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. thank God this year is almost over. But it's not. I mean, it's gonna be the same. Everyone's like, oh, 2020 is gonna end, and it's 2021 is gonna suck for half of the year too. So
Yeah.
there's my pessimistic outlook.
The other half of the year will just be partying.
Yeah, well, everyone's gonna party every day. School's gonna be canceled.
Yeah.
My favorite memes are like, what is post-COVID life gonna be like? It's like, because I haven't like shaken someone's hand, you know, like when I meet them or whatever, in so long. Like, is that gonna be cool? Like, can we shake hands anymore?
Yeah.
Or, you know.
I mean, you can. You can do it now, but you shouldn't.
But I shouldn't. Exactly. Okay, so should we shake hands? Is what I should have said.
Post-vaccine? Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about physical contact. I think I'm still gonna wear a mask, just because.
Makes sense.
Whoa.
I don't know. The first chance I get, I'll probably take it off. I don't know. Not necessarily. I'm not like anti-mask or anything, but
It's not like you wear one anyways.
no, I do. Like literally every day. But it's uncomfortable. But like, I'm not like it's against my rights. It's just, I can wear it because I'm not a fucking moron.
Yeah, not to get political, but of course it's uncomfortable. But like, what? Oh man, it's uncomfortable to wear these pants and not show everyone my dinghy. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, do it for the courtesy of society.
Yeah.
You fucks.
Yeah. Yeah. We're humans are selfish, so.
We're selfish creatures, and we're burning the planet, and we're all gonna die. No one, don't listen to this podcast.
Or it's gonna be like Cyberpunk, where it all just moves into big metropolitan areas, and all the suburbs and stuff have flooded, and you just live in Night City or whatever.
Yeah, and everything's dubstep, and it's like, and everyone has robot arms or legs or whatever. Would you get? Yeah. Oh yeah, we've talked about this. Elon Musk. He's doing Neuralink. You know about
that's the future I'm looking forward to, is my metal arms and my Neuralink and browsing the internet inside of my head and answering phones, where the display shows up in my eyes.
I would hate to have a computer in my brain.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
No. Any sort of system has its flaws, and my brain doesn't have its flaws, at least, like...
Yeah, it does.
Of course it does. Of course, like, there are flaws in the brain, but in terms of, like, functionality, it works.
Yeah, your brain works. Yeah.
So
I see what you're getting at.
You don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah.
But the other cool thing about Neuralink is that, at least, Elon Musk's idea, I just wish he wasn't such an asshole. But he wants to launch a bunch of satellites to give everyone on the planet internet for free, which is cool.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have the microchip inserted into your brain to use it, theoretically. But getting governments to approve that would not be easy. Like, certain countries don't allow certain websites. And if somehow their people got access to those websites, it'd create a whole problem. But that's like 30 years from now, so we don't have to worry about it.
It will be crazy when the corporations take over and, we answer to our corporate overlords and whatnot. But
yeah.
Alas.
And then eventually we become the Matrix.
That is one thing that I love about, you soak up the world just by playing the story. You're like... just doing missions, you're like, oh, so that's what's going on in this version of this fucked up timeline of what Earth can become.
Yeah, that dystopia. I've seen my favorite thing about that game is I've seen screenshots where it's like someone's arrested and their charge is putting pineapple on pizza. Apparently that's like a food felony or some shit. That's a pretty good meme.
That's funny.
Is Night City in like the United States? Is it America? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called the NUSA. It's like the corporate states of America sort of thing. It's
the NUS, like the new.
I forget what it stands for, but Night City is basically Los Angeles. when you think about it. It's not explicitly Los Angeles, but
Oh, is it
when
not
you're
New
getting-
York?
No, because you're on the West Coast, and when you're getting like because it's the Pacific. There's a area of the map called Pacifica, but when you're getting a sense, you're not in NorCal, and it's basically like Los Angeles. Yeah,
Yeah, it is the new United States of America.
yeah.
Oh,
It's great though. It's really I love the world that's being shown. Have you seen the game in Ultra?
Yeah, I've seen Linus Tech Tips did a video where he played it in 8K, and he was doing all like the resolution shit.
Yeah,
Very good looking game. If you have like super equipment, then it's an amazing game. But not everyone has the spare like $7,000 to make an amazing computer.
Yeah, it's an amazing looking game, but us plebeians have to play it on medium, and just deal with the fact that we can't get to look at things as pretty, even though it's still super pretty.
Yeah. Well,
That about wraps it up.
thanks for tuning in to
Our weekly, not weekly podcast.
where we talk about stupid shit.
Hopefully we can get back to the weekly schedule. Spread the word. I don't think we encourage this enough, but
Yeah, share.
cool.
Share it around.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
yeah, share it out.
Tell your mom.
Tell your friends. It'd be cool, to have this become a thing.
Yeah,
But
we could get ads so that
there's
you could be
There's a
annoyed
slim
by
chance
them.
of it happening. Yeah, you can get annoyed by us doing ad reads, but if this is it's the slimmest chance ever that we'd break
Succeed.
out. But please spread it around.
And have a good life.
Holidays, yeah. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. That's not how the music goes.